everyone! So today we're going to make banana bread with walnuts, and I really like this recipe and it's perfect for any season really, but especially during the holiday time. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to spray some cooking spray on your bread pan. And then you're going to set it aside. Now you're going to put 2 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and you're going to whisk that together. That was the flour. Teaspoon of baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Okay, whisk that together. Okay, whisk that together until everything is mixed together really well, and then set it aside. Next, you're going to mix your half a cup of butter and your 1 cup of sugar together. So I'm just going to put it here, and I'm going to add my sugar, and I'm going to mix that up. And make sure your butter is softened, not melted, because you want that silky smooth texture. And you're just going to mix that up until it's fully mixed. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Afterwards, you're going to take, some people like to use 3 bananas for this recipe. I like to use 2. So I'm going to take 2 bananas, and in a separate bowl, I'm going to mash that up. And you can take another fork and you could mash it with your fork at the end. So I'm going to mash these, and I'm going to, in the separate bowl, mix the butter and the sugar, and then I'll show you what it should look like by the time you're done with it. So your butter and sugar mixture should look nice and fluffy and completely mixed like this. They almost look like mashed potatoes. So you could use a mixer, but you don't have to. You could just do it by hand, and for this recipe, you don't really have to. This is what the mashed bananas look like. And then you set those aside. Alright, so next you're going to mix the butter and sugar mixture into your mashed bananas. And we're going to mix those 2 together. Until it's combined really well. Afterwards, you're going to put your eggs. You're going to put 1 egg at a time and make sure you mix it really well before you add your second egg. So I'll bring that in just a moment. Really well. And as soon as it looks like the egg's in there, it's mixed, I'm going to add my second egg. And now we're going to mix that up. Okay, so now I'm going to pour my milk. So 1 tablespoon of milk and 1/4 tablespoon of vanilla extract. So I don't have my 1/4 tablespoon, so approximately I'm going to put half of 1/2 teaspoon. And then we're going to whisk that together as well. Alright, so next you're going to take your wet ingredients and you're going to mix them into your dry ingredients, the flour mix. So you want to be careful, you don't want to overmix because flour does not like to be overmixed. So we're going to do the best we can to mix everything together without overmixing. So there goes my wet ingredients. You could add other types of nuts if you like. I'm just going to add, after I mix this, I'm just going to add about 1 cup of walnuts. And I love cinnamon, so I'm going to add just a dash of cinnamon to my banana bread recipe too. So I'm going to mix just enough so that the flour is mixed, but we could still see some of it. Okay, now I'm going to add my walnuts. And then you're going to preheat your oven to 325 degrees and you're going to let it cook for about an hour. Check with a toothpick to see if it's ready. Depending on your oven, you may need to cook your banana bread more or less than an hour. So the last addition, I love cinnamon, so I'm going to add just a dash, about 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And just lightly mix that up right before I put it into my pan. Okay. Next, you're going to spread your batter so that it's as even as possible. And then another thing you want to do is to tap it onto the table to make sure there's no air bubbles. Sorry about that. And then what I like to do to make it look more like a bread loaf is I like to make a little cut in the middle, just a little dent, so that kind of looks like a bread loaf. And then this may or may not stay while it's cooking. So go ahead and put that in the oven, 325 degrees, and then I'll see you when it's ready. Your banana bread should look like this once it's ready, and mine cooked in about in 1 hour and 1 minute. So approximately that's how long it takes. And then now we're just going to take it out, slice it up, and enjoy it. So I let my banana bread cool for about 10 minutes, and now I'm going to slice it up. And look at that beauty. Smells amazing. I'll let you take a look inside. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment below if you like what you see or if you want to see more. Please let me know if there are other recipes you'd like me to cook and show you on my channel.